Welcome everybody to FX Pro Now, and welcome to This Week in the Markets, a recap of Sunday. And what we're going to do today is really dive into the markets and be able to see exactly what we have, what's been going on in the markets since Sunday. And it's been pretty interesting, honestly, when it comes to something specifically that I was focusing on when it comes to the crypto side. I know what we mostly focus on is foreign exchange and stuff like that, but there's just been some major things going on. And if you are into crypto, if anything, contact me directly. I would love to know your experiences, and if you're looking to learn, I am going to dive into that world of crypto at some point in time, and if anything, we'll put out all the content on here whenever I really understand the entire industry as a whole. I am researching as much as I can, and I have personally invested, and I've been doing pretty well with it. So I know a lot of people have been steering clear from that industry, but just know there's a reason why it's not in the media as much as it was in the beginning. Not in the beginning, but for a short period of time. But if anything, let me get out of that and just let you guys know what This Week in the Markets is if anything, me looking into the markets and just strictly just seeing sharing verbally what I see, and making small suggestions on things that I am personally going to do. This is not financial advice. This is just strictly education for educational purposes, where I'm just sharing my ideas of what I see in the markets. So the specific pairs that I personally look at are, I look at, it's not a pair, but I look at the DXY, which is like the US dollar. I look at gold with silver, but mostly gold, right? And from there, I look at EURUSD, I look at AUDUSD, GBPJPY, USDJPY, and USDCAD are the ones that I look at specifically. Now, when it comes to the crypto side, what I look at are Bitcoin and Ripple are the main ones that I look at currently. And if you are into cryptocurrencies, there's one coin that I would definitely, or one crypto that I would definitely look into as soon as possible, and it's called ZRX. It was literally just added to Coinbase yesterday, and if you were in before then, boom. Right, so I would definitely just start doing research. I have specifically 27 cryptocurrencies that I personally view myself, and if you want that info, if anything, I can be able to give it to you. Completely for free. Just let me know, and just contact me directly, and we can be able to go on from there. So let's get into the markets. You guys ready? Let's get it. Boom. And actually, there's a book that I'm actually going into right now, and what it's called is A History of Money and Banking in the United States, the colonial era to the World War II, and then from there it goes into present tense. And if you really want to dive deep into the history of money and also like just what money is as a whole, I actually have a section in my YouTube of 88 specific videos right here where it literally says history of money. And I promise you, this video right here, this section right here is pretty interesting. And if you want to know like what's going on in the current economy, almost daily I'm adding videos into this section right here. So this is not where you can just learn about foreign exchange. You're going to be able to have a true knowledge of what money is, what currency is, what's coming up in the future, and what's currently happening right now. So the past, the future, and the present is what we have right here. So definitely check this out. And if you're not subscribed, if anything, go ahead and subscribe right now so you can be able to get updates on anytime I'm adding any videos to here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing flowing. You guys ready? Go ahead and like this video if you can be able to hear me. I just want to make sure that everybody can be able to hear me. All right, so let's start off with gold. All right, so what we've been saying for a while now is the fact that gold will push up to this green, I don't want to say will. All right, so gold may push up to this green box right here. And you're probably wondering, where is this green box coming from? Well, this happened point A, point B on this Fibonacci retracement tool, point A, point B right here. And we saw a price push up, and then from there consolidated for a bit, and then literally had a nice breakout. And I caught about 120 pips literally within 15 minutes, just because I had a buy stop literally right above this area right here, because I knew that it was in this level of consolidation. I wanted no parts in that. I saw that it completely stopped, and it was almost obvious that it was going to push up, and it did. All right, now it's in this level of like a continuation type phase. I still see it pushing up, and I'm still in that buy right now. All right, where is that like button? Which like button are you speaking about, Daniel? So that's that. All right, now another thing that I kind of dive deep into is kind of fundamentals when it comes to like the history of what happened in the past and what may happen in the future. There's some people that really don't tie in news or what's going on in the world with markets, but essentially, I mean, that you would think that that is the markets, but I don't know. But just know, anytime that there's a world crisis going on, people get into gold. And if you were to look at the current economy section right here, it'll literally tell you what's happening right now. And if there is something that I would, if anything, suggest is to, it doesn't have to be, a crazy amount, but I would definitely hold some type of gold or some type of silver, because that's true money. Not fiat currency, that what's in your bank or in your wallet. That hasn't been real for a while. And it's not me saying this. This is what it is. And if anything, you can go into the history of money and be able to explain everything for you. Specifically, this first video right here. This literally, it's a cartoon. This cartoon by itself, in 30 minutes, will be able to lay out flat what money is and the history of money. And if you want more, there's way more available. These are none of my videos. All they are a collection, if anything, of videos that I put together, just explaining what money is and the history of money. Whatever happens in the past, it's not that history repeats itself, but history definitely rhymes. All right, so I do expect gold to push up. Also, being the fact that at one point in time in 2008 there was a financial crisis, and then what happened to gold? Boom. What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. Let's see. So that's that. That's gold. Let's go ahead to EURUSD. So there was actually a pretty interesting video that I watched today, and in that video it explained that Venezuela actually is said publicly that they're going to get away from the US dollar and strictly do their business in the euro. Whoa. Whoa. I'm the last person to be able to say that they're not going to, from what I understand, that they're not going to deal with the US dollar with Saddam Hussein. Look what happened to him. So, I think that's pretty interesting. So I don't know if you guys remember, but what did I say? What I said was that the EURUSD was going to start pushing down. And where did I get that information from? All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. All right, and if anything, it may push up to that point, but we'll go ahead and just clear everything. So where did I get that information from? Well, if you were to look at the H4 time frame, point A, point B, point C, right here is at 50%, right? And where we were when the market opened up was right here. Now, I know for sure there was a bunch of people that probably got scared because price started pushing up. Well, what do I always say? What you want to do is put your risk right above the last high, right? Where was the last high? This point right here. And what do? You want to make sure that these stupid wicks that come out of nowhere that are so obvious, coming from some type of somebody that knows where your stop losses are. So they'll kick you out, make you get back into the market, spend another commission to be able to actually get back in. And then from there, they'll ride the markets down, right? So what do we see? A double top, a simple double top, some stupid wick. That's why you want to make sure that your stop losses are, above a good amount of pips above the last, what do you call it? The last high, which was this one right here. So if you entered in right here, it started pushing up. So what? How much did it push up? It was a considerable amount of pips, right? 60 pips, right? As far as that that wick right here, 75 pips, right? Cool. But essentially it stayed with the trend of where we were talking about from last week. I mean, not from last week, from this past Sunday. And if you stayed into this trade, you're not really up too much, but you're up about 60 pips, which is not bad at all. Right? Not bad at all. All right, so that's EURUSD. Now, what I'm still waiting for is for it to pass this last low. Now, the thing is, right now it's literally right in the middle. And here's the thing. And understand, I was actually watching Chris Terry, and he mentioned the fact that it was going to start pushing up, which was contradictory, which was contradicted from what I was saying, where it was pushing down. So if anything, yes, it started pushing down, but there is a possibility that it could start pushing up. So right now it's in a weird area. I'm still in that sell right now, and I do believe that it will continue to this negative 27 position. But if anything, we'll see. What I love about this, you could use the stupid wick as one of your confirmations. Exactly. Especially the way that it closes, because the thing is, you're going to see the fact that probably even on the 15-minute, it doesn't even close. Oh, it does close on the 15-minute, right? But definitely on the 30-minute, it doesn't even close as an actual, wick. But if anything, there is a possibility that it could start pushing up. But if anything, we'll check out as we continue. So we'll keep an eye on EU. Let's go ahead and go on to AUDUSD. So on AUDUSD, what we see here is the fact that price literally has been kind of stagnant. Now, what I mentioned is the fact that it could probably keep on pushing down to 61.8, or if anything, just keep on going up. But if anything, what it did was it just literally stayed at that 38.2 area, and it kind of has been consolidating for a bit. Now, when it comes to this right here, I do still see it pushing up a little more, right? But it's going to do it very, 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 very slowly, especially the fact that AU it moves slowly, right? Yeah, I know, Joel. You hit, yeah. So from there, I do still see price pushing up to this area right here, but it's going to do it very slowly. Now, that is if anything, kind of the definition of 61.8, where it's a moderate retracement, right? And what I mean by that is it will go up at a certain speed, but essentially start heading back in the direction of the current movement of the market in a moderate pace. Okay, so I do still see AU continuing to push up. If anything, the only moves that I would truly see would be on a lower time frame, but I would still kind of be weary of this specific pair right now. Honestly, you could get into like a small buy, put your risk right below this area right here, because I do still see the fact that price will continue to push up. We do see some level of support being held right here, right? Support being held right here, and I do still see the continuation of the market to this area right here, which is at about 72 cents. All right, flat. Okay, so that's AU, and having your risk right probably at 7100 to 7200 being the take profit area. All right, so that's that. Next, GJ, and this one has been moving beautifully. All right, so this did exactly what we needed it to do. Remember how I mentioned, hey, listen, it broke through this area. That's all I needed to do. This is what I needed to know, the fact that it was going to break through this area. And what did we see on Sunday? A huge gap. You know that gap is going to get filled. Now, let's go ahead and pull out our Fibonacci retracement tool. So from point A to point B, I'm going to push it all the way to the bottom here, right? And what we see is the fact that price gets to 61.8. We knew that that was going to happen, right? And if we put it to here, around 50%, 61.8. But either way, let's say we put it to down here, but we can put it down here, whatever it is. It got 61.8. This is, if you got in at this point right here, at this sell right here, this was like the best entry if you could be able to actually get into that sell, right? So as opposed to just having the short-term sell, I've turned this into the long-term. Well, if anything, I don't want to say that as of yet. We'll keep this analysis as I continue speaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look specifically at this region right here. And what I'm about to do is some teaching right now. So specifically at this region right here, some people, they want to know, okay, you know, like you're saying all this stuff, but when exactly is the best time to be able to actually get into my entry? Well, let's go ahead and do that. So let's go. So what we see is this is my rule. The day, based upon my trading style, the daily and the weekly. Here, let me put on my face. All right. So the daily and the weekly are, if anything, you can call it like the flow of the river. Which direction is the market moving? Right? Is it moving upstream or downstream? The daily and the weekly, based upon my trading style. Right? Now, the next thing is the H4 is going to show you your setups. You know, for example, you pull out your Fibonacci retracement tool. Point A, point B, we see point C, the retracement at 61.8, let's just say, right? And then from there, we'll go into the 1 hour time frame, and the 1 hour is correlated with the 15-minute, right? And you'll learn that in the course. The 1 hour is correlated with the 15 minutes. So the 1 hour is the strike, is the actual, is the gun, and the 15-minute is the bullet. Or I could say the 1 hour is the gun and the bullet, and the 15-minute is the trigger, is you pulling the trigger. Okay, so let's and mind you, the 30-minute is what? Okay. The gun is the 1 hour. The 30-minute is the bullet, and the 15-minute is the trigger. I don't know. So you'll see what I mean as I do this right now. All right. So remember, the flow of the river is the week and the daily. So what do you see? The weekly time frame. What do you see? Point A, point B, point C. Continuation of downwards trend. The daily. What do you see? Downwards trend. You see that price holds some level of resistance. Right here, does not break through it. Holds some level of resistance. So it's a continuation of the downwards trend. So what do we see on the flow of the river? Continuation of the downwards trend. H4 time frame. What setups do we see? So what we see is the fact that price has broken this level of support clearly. You see many candles below this level of support, clearly broken. What do we see? Price breaks this area, retest the broken area, gets to 61.8. What is 61.8? A major price reversal zone, right? And 61.8 also means what do you call it? A moderate retracement. So it's going to go fairly slowly, all right? So that's what the what am I saying? That's what the setup is. This is the setup that you see. So now we go into the 1 hour time frame to find your actual triggers, right? And what do we see? What we see is the fact that this area right here is the first one, and it even gave you a second shot and a third shot. Oh my God. All right. So this area right here is this area right here. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles equal 20 1 hour candles. Now, what we're looking at specifically, and I promise you, what I'm giving you right now is over $1,000 of value right now. So I would pay attention. So this right here, right there, right there, and right here are all setups available for you. Okay. As far as like that trigger, that strike. Actually, let me make it this right here. All right. So what we're looking for is we're always going to be looking for engulfing candles around a price reversal zone. What's the price reversal zone right now? 61.8. 61.8. So we're looking for engulfing candles around a price reversal zone. So what do we see? This candle and this candle, these two candles right here engulf that one candle right there. These two candles right here engulf that one candle right there. This candle right here engulfs that candle right there. This one candle right here engulfs that candle right there. This is called a variation, and this is called an engulfing pattern. Okay, so that's that. So now what we'll do is we'll go to the 30-minute and the 15-minute to actually get our actual strike, what we're actually looking for, right? So this takes a great deal of patience because remember, each one of those candles takes how long to form? 30 minutes, 1 hour to form. Okay, so what do we see? We see this one candle right here engulf this candle right here, or this candle, and this candle. These three candles right here engulf this one candle right there. This could be an entry. It gives you a second opportunity. Well, many different opportunities. This one is an engulfing candle to this one, right around this green line right here is 61.8 on a higher time frame. This one right here definitely gives you that opportunity, right? It pulls back, so you're in a little bit of negative. Don't worry about it, right? And then from there, this candle right here engulfs. Then it boom, 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 pulls back, retraces. This one candle is the confirmation. And then another thing is the fact that we see our SMA and EMA cross. This is what I call another form of confluence right here, where we see the SMA and EMA cross along with the engulfing candle, along with 61.8 being our retracement area, right? And then what do we see? The market definitely sees it. Anytime that you see the momentum of the candle shifting to the downside, is where you can truly see the fact that people around the world saw the same thing that you saw. Retested, and I think this candle right here is a true confirmation that this will continue to head to the downside right here. This candle right here. So as opposed to going down to the 15-minute, which is where I usually make my entries, 30-minute is just a very, very safe a very, very safe time frame to look for engulfing candles. So right now is a very, very good time for GBPJPY. And what we see clearly is the fact that price clearly breaks structure right here, retests that broken structure. And the reason why I call it a broken structure is because we see a candle clearly close under it, retests, and then boom. This right here is like the best. Is like the best candle that as far as the entry. This candle right here, it's a very, very nice bearish candle right here. This one is beautiful. This bearish candle right here is the true one. You see boom, retest, and you're going to see price continue to the downside as we continue for this day. So I'm really, really excited about GBPJPY. I've been excited about GBPJPY for a while now, and it just kept on pushing up and pushing up, pushing up. It's like, all right, cool. I'm not even going to worry about you right now, right? But this one is beautiful. Where are we at? Boom. Cool. So let's continue. Oh, actually, let me show you where I believe this could go. At the least, I see price getting to at least 146 at the least, least. As far as how many pips are available, let's go ahead and see. All right, this boom, this one move right here, at least 150 pips, and I think that's the smallest move. Okay. All right, let's continue. UJ. You understand, we have to have no bias when it comes to the GBP, JPY, and the USDJPY. They're two completely different things, okay? And as we can see here, remember that green line that I drew all the way back here? Wouldn't you agree this is following this to the T? Yes. So how do we do this? How did we do this for? The way that we did this one, boom, boom. So when we first drew this was literally right here. It pushed down a little bit more, and that's okay. You may be in the negative for a little bit. But the thing is, you see the fact that it was consolidating around 61.8. Probably there was some extra things that was going on. I do know that Monday at 8:30 a.m. there was some USD news, and that USD news, if I'm not mistaken, was retail sales were lower than expected for USD, right? So it brought USD a little bit down, but it doesn't mean that small news is going to make a huge shift to where banks believe that they should be able to actually keep their money in US dollars or JPY right now. So just because you're in a little bit of negative doesn't matter. Like, what do you see here? What I see as far as the flow of the river is what I see as far as on the daily all the way back here. It's not really going to show, but definitely on the daily in this standpoint, I see an uptrend, a clear uptrend. And when I go to the H4 time frame, it's even clearer. A very, very strong uptrend as far as this portion right here, definitely. Right? A deep retracement, close to 78.6, right? But it essentially 61.8. And I do see a continuation of this UJ move, like I mentioned from back here. Right? Now, it could continue up to this negative 27% area or my weekly, or my weekly key level over here, right? Now, the only reason why I would be hesitant in any way, is because when we look at the daily time frame, we see a strong level of resistance when it comes to this area right here. Let's go ahead and take this off. You see a strong level of resistance in this area over here. Let's go and put this at negative 1. We see a strong area of resistance over here, and it's very apparent. Right, strong area of resistance, and this is the only reason why I would have any hesitation when it comes to breaking through this area. But it's just the fact that there's so many bulls, in this area where it's like, hey, listen, man, like, I think it did this strong retracement to say, okay, let me, I don't know, strengthen up as much as I can to be able to, blow past this. But I don't know. If anything, we'll have to see. I'm still in my buy right now, and it's doing pretty well. All right. So that's that one. So let's go ahead and go to where what am I doing? What's next? You get it. All right. Oh, I must have got kicked out. Oh, snap. This thing started pushing up big. I haven't even looked at UCAD. I just put in the trade and then just put in my stop. Yeah, I definitely got kicked out of this one then. All right. Let's go ahead and put auto. So this is, man, UCAD is just a strange beast, man, honestly. All right. So no matter what, I know for sure you're not in the negative because when it came to Sunday, hold on, 14. Well, the only real thing, because I know last for this past Sunday, I didn't really have any remarks on it. You know, I did believe that it was going to keep on heading to the downside. The only time that I did feel confident about a sell was at this point right here. And what I was doing was just literally moving my stop at every low. So I don't know how many pips I got on this one. Let's see. Oh, I got in at the bus. So I caught 40 on that one then. All right, cool. So it must have just hit my thing. I wasn't looking at UCAD at all. It's just a weird one. When it comes to UCAD, what I do is I just let that rock because it'll consolidate hard for a while and then move. Kind of like Bitcoin. Honestly, when it comes to UCAD right now, I really don't even know. There is some level of support right here I'm looking at. So I don't know if it's trying to break that level of resistance over here or not. Let's go ahead and take this off. All right. I don't know. This is just a weird one, bro. Tell you the truth. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Boom. Boom. It's at 50%. Let's see what this is. 38.2. So this could be a deep retracement because this is essentially 100% retracement. That's what this is. Point A, point B. I guess this is a break in structure right here. Point A, point B, point C is 38.2. So this is a true higher low. It broke this area on the 4-hour time frame. So I guess it did break structure in the 4-hour time frame. Pushed up, retraced 100%. And I'm guessing my target would have to be 1.313. I mean, 1.311 based upon just how the market works. I guess we'll have to see. I'm not going to trade this one at all. Honestly, when it comes to UCAD, it's just weird. But that's where I see it going. But this bull is crazy. I don't know what the heck is going on there. Yeah, I was thinking about that as far as like marijuana being legalized. But I don't know how that could be able to affect the market that much to bring Canada down. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that speculation stuff. All right, so that's that one. And if anything, we'll just close out on Bitcoin. I haven't been even looking at on the crypto the last 2 days because like I've been focusing mostly on ZRX. And when it comes to what the heck is this? When it comes to Bitcoin, I haven't been trading it per se. I've mostly been holding it more than anything. But what this is showing me is actually really, really cool. I think they call it a pennant. All right, so point A, point B. I put point B here. I'm not going to put it all the way there. That's stupid. And point C. It's doing a pennant, or I don't know what they call it, but at 38.2, which is major. So let's go to the lower time frame so you're able to see the true state of this area right here. So I'm going to take this area, and you're going to see literally the same thing that Bitcoin is doing on a higher time frame. It's literally doing on this lower time frame right now. Boom. Let's do this. Same thing that Bitcoin did on a higher time frame is doing on a lower time frame right now. Which is really, really interesting. Let's get as many wicks as we can. All right, I think this is fun. So this is going to Man, bro. I hope you guys. Yeah, they call it a flag. Yeah, there's so many names. Um, this already passed the 67 and 75 area. It's going really, really deep. So from what I've seen when it comes to Bitcoin, like it goes so deep in these triangle areas. So I'll put it to you like this. Wherever this sticks out from, most likely it's going to follow in that direction. So this is how I got 100 pips literally in 1 minute. Because all I did was put a buy stop for the buy with 100 pip as my take profit and a sell stop for the sell. So I'm gonna do this. I'm letting you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna put a buy stop at the top of this pennant or flag. I'm gonna put 100 pips, or I'll figure out a specific number, right, as my take profit. And I'm gonna put a sell stop at the bottom of this, right? And I'm going to put it right below this last low over here, right below it, a good amount of pips down, right? And I'm gonna put a buy stop right above this area right here, right? If anything, you can put it for this one, the buy stop, and for this one, the sell stop to be safe, right? And 100 pips being my take profit on either side. And whoever has the patience to be able to wait for that will be able to receive those pips, because you see how this consolidates for a while and then boom. You know how many pips this moved? Literally in an hour and a half, 1,400 in an hour and a half. That's the world of cryptocurrencies for now, at least. It's not going to be as volatile when it goes into mass adoption. But now here's the thing: if this pushes up like strong, holy crap, guys, because this is going to be the beginning of something large. And what I would definitely go ahead and take the chance, take out the time to do, is go ahead and look into this cryptocurrency ZRX, USD, OX, and just know I got in about, on an average, around in this price range. So I got in first here, but then like most of it here. So I got in pretty late, but and I'm talking about holding wise. So it pushed up all the way to here, but it's here, but it'll keep on going. And this is doing the same thing. Same exact thing. Boom. Level support, which is beautiful, thank God. And boom. Yeah, man. Damn it. So 30-minute time frame, and let's see how that's moving. Boom. My what do you call it? Which one is this? My EMA is on top, sitting nice. It's going to have a push somewhere, and I promise you, it is not pushing down. This is not pushing down. People are not selling this freaking coin, especially right now. All right. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. Greatly appreciate your time. I had a lot of fun on today's. I believe that the information that was given out today, I promise you, is worth thousands of dollars, potentially in the long run, if you understand what I'm saying and apply it. Solomon explains, pray for wisdom, but also pray for understanding of that wisdom. And hopefully you understood what that I was just talking about, because I promise you this is some good stuff that I spend a lot of time understanding, and I thank God for the people that taught me this industry. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Because the second that you think you're a master is the second that you go down. So I'll continue to keep on learning, keep on growing, and I challenge you guys to do the same. So again, I appreciate you guys' time being on here. If anything, share this video with somebody, because I know for sure what was just taught just now could really change the game for somebody. So I challenge you to, share this with one or two people. I don't know. It's just like what and I'm pretty sure you could see it. I truly, genuinely care um, and love sharing information, whether it be about trading, whether it be about something else. So if anything, go ahead and share this with somebody else, and let them know what you've learned, let them know your experiences, let them know what you've earned, and I want to know what you've earned. To tell you the truth, like I would love testimonies from you guys. Put them in the chat, just like how Greg did earlier. He made like $700 today. Peace. Somebody else made a couple grand the other week. And I love the testimonies. I love to. I'm not gonna front. I love to gloat about people winning. Is that bad? I think it's cool. So again, I greatly appreciate your time on here, guys. Believe me. So when it comes to which broker that I use when it comes to Bitcoin, I use HugosWay. I think HugosWay is on point. They did take off the way to be able to add a debit card, and that's okay because like the way that I add money in there is through Bitcoin. Either way, the way I take out money is through Bitcoin. So if you don't know how to use Bitcoin, how to add Bitcoin, how to be able to buy Bitcoin, if anything, just contact me through Telegram. I'll share with you exactly how to be able to do that. And if you want information about HugosWay, I literally have a video on here on how to be able to actually get started with HugosWay and how to create your account and everything literally on here. So just go to Intro to Forex. I'm going to be updating the videos when it comes to HugosWay either way. But these on the Intro to Forex videos, I have exactly everything on here. And if you were to click on this, if anything, I actually have a link right here that once you click on that link, it'll go straight to being able to actually create your HugosWay account. So just click on that link, create your HugosWay account, fund it with Bitcoin. And if you don't know how to be able to do that, just let me know. All right, guys. So, or just leave a comment on there, and then I can be able to contact you. You can speak, and I'll be able to help you out. All right, guys. Really appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys soon. All right. Any questions before I head off of this? Thank you very much, Kent. Thank you very much, Lo. Or something. Thank you very much, Greg. Daniel, thank you. Jessica, thank you. Yeah, man, God is good, man. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, God is good. Genuinely, I feel it. Hey, Terrence, what's going on, bro? The course is this week. If anything, I'll see you this weekend. And from there, thank you very much, Joel. And who else we have on here? Thank you very much, Frank, Rebecca, Panthers again. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys soon, and we're going from there. Peace.